Baphometkun is a more recent YouTube channel which has captivated many with what its story could mean. It began uploading in mid-2020 and its most recent post as of recording this was in November 2021. YouTuber Your Everyday Theorist made an amazing video on this topic where he tries to string together the full plot and timeline of it all. And that's difficult as all the videos are in a random order, but from what he could tell, it follows the story of a boy named Jimothy, a weird mishmash of Timothy and Jimmy, two stereotypical boys' names. He's an outcast who prefers not to interact with others. We see his memories of past events, many being at school, some of which also take place in dreams, like in the video I'd Rather Sleep, MV. Eventually he gets this weird pop-up on a school computer from aliens which implants thoughts into his head. Things take a turn in the video, A Cold Freezing Night, MV, where he contemplates murder. He actually goes through with it in Snow Day, where his memory is purposely fuzzy about the whole thing. Eventually, the story takes us in a weird direction, with Jimothy joining a cult, trying to hide from it, and eventually being sacrificed. We see his journey throughout the afterlife in this sort of purgatory, until he's accepted by angels. The editing style for these is super unique, along with the brilliant use of liminal space for the flashing images. Gives this weird feeling you usually don't get from these sorts of videos. Some videos were removed, so if you're going to try and watch them all for yourself, you might get lost. But I do recommend watching the previously mentioned video by Your Everyday Theorist. It's really well made. While looking into topics for this video, I scrolled through the subreddit r/deep into YouTube, which featured obscure weird videos people found, and one of those really intrigued me due to its ridiculous title. From Spanish, it translates to Little Hillary Hulk subbed, and it features a dwarf person role-playing as Bill's second choice, in Spanish. She starts getting mad before falling over and crying some more. It cuts to seemingly a different actor covered in green paint, ripping off their clothes before angrily destroying stuff on the desk.
Yo soy la pequeña Hillary Hulk.
After more screaming, this guy in a ridiculous mask comes on screen and picks up Hillary Hulk, before screaming alongside them. Some sensual music plays before they exit off screen. Okay, what? Now this is definitely the most tame video in the series, but it's so fucking weird and visually creepy. Like, who made this, and why? The video was uploaded in late 2012 and has around 35,000 views, but it links to the supposed original video, which has since been deleted. I'd go down another rabbit hole, but I don't have the energy for this one. This channel that I stumbled into is called Horror Cooking, and is also more recent. But unlike Baphometkun, its weird and disturbing nature comes from how gross the content is. But that hasn't deterred people away because, holy shit, look at those views. To show you what I mean, let's take a look at their most popular video, titled Making Sea Lamprey Steak. It has around 60 million views and one hell of a thumbnail. It shows this disgusting ass foot with holes and a giant wart, which is poked out by a syringe. And when you see the supposed lamprey, which actually resembles more of a goblin shark than an actual sea lamprey, it gets chopped up and some other items are made for a meal. Yes, this stuff is gross, but what I like is that they don't intend this stuff for kids, because many will remember how creepy Elsagate videos were like this, with creepy claymation using bodily fluids. Some videos are weirdly satisfying in a way, when they try not to be gross, and the sound effects are really well done. I checked out their Facebook and it says that the page managers are from Brazil and Vietnam. Oh, and that they have a bunch of other channels like Among Us Mukbang. Yeah, it's shit tier, but whatever. They seem to put an average amount of effort into their content. Next I want to talk about the channel Boisvert, which seems to be your standard ARG-ish type count where they keep you guessing. Usually I get tired of these channels, but this one interests me a bit. The first upload was from May 2020 during the start of COVID, with this little self-care PSA. It starts out pretty innocently with some cutesy animation and daily tips, but of course it takes a turn for the weird when the shadowy figure is introduced. The tone changes completely, with the calming music being replaced with a more high-pitched one. The figure opens its eyes and whispers this to you.
You last go outside. When did you last see your friends? Your family?
The same person appears in the other videos of Boisvert, like one called They Don't Know, which is a weird mock-up of that meme. Many of the other videos feature similar animated characters moving around, with the animation getting more and more bizarre. The story they're trying to tell isn't too clear, which leaves many to theorize about it in the comments. Monica Cook, to me, is a hidden horror gem. Only having 1,500 subscribers, this channel features 3 really freaky animations that I want to take a closer look at. The first is called Deuce. It was originally uploaded in July 2010. It has this weird stop-motion style with large figures moving around in an uncanny way. We follow this couple as they individually get ready for a date. They are nervous and soon reveal their fantasies. The woman imagines herself giving birth and having a large group of kids, which the couple cares for. Yes, I'm censoring some of it as these animations show a lot of gross nudity, and I want to keep this video to remain monetized at least. The man licks his finger in a cringe-inducing way before imagining himself as a werewolf. The second video is called Volley and was published to YouTube in April 2012. We see this white proboscis monkey looking thing with its gross nose and other odd features. A similar monkey creature is shown, along with what seems to be a canine. Couldn't really decipher a plot, but soon the monkey takes a nap with snow falling. It gives birth in a more graphic way, with the inside spilling out, semi-represented with these transparent goo-like marbles. And then it ends with them breastfeeding. I also have to mention the music by Mark Capella. It's both haunting and strangely captivating. It just gives me chills and I love that. The final video is called Milktooth, uploaded in January 2017. It shows various clips from the much larger actual video. The best way to sum it up are various creatures being shown and other disgusting things. Now I did a bit of digging to learn more about these creations. Monica Cook herself has a website, which shows various contact info and a large catalog of her art and sculptures. These are really just impressive. Also, her Instagram is linked, but that doesn't work. Might have to check and see if she's made any other oddball videos, cause these are genuinely creepy, yet awe-inspiring. Here's some more weird, obscure nonsense. Some account called HMR Silence, which makes these creepy shitposts. The channel and its accompanying Twitter were both created in March 2016, with the first content being posted in August of that year. It's called 6996 and has stuff. To me, what stands out is a title, a series of numbers that has decent significance. 6996 is the angel number representing a sign that good things are coming your way. Another video has the same title and contains disturbing stock footage type visuals that give me strong 01A51CD0 vibes, but it also just comes off as your stereotypical horror ARG style video. The two most recent videos are only a few seconds and flash various faces on screen, which will negatively affect those sensitive to epilepsy, so I'll slow them down for you. Your standard hidden messages, yada yada yada. But the Twitter to me stands out. The first post from January 2018 is a video that seems to be a guy playing with another man's decapitated head. It's probably fake, but it's too blurry for me to 100% tell. The Twitter is a lot more graphic and features messed up situations or brutal violence. Oh, and the number 6996 being spammed. Let's dive a bit deeper into the darker side of YouTube. One former creator on here went by the name Leighton Lambut, who used to go by Misery Magic. His content involved these decently made stop-motion animations, which grew darker and darker in subject matter. They were heavily violent and involved themes of murder and gore. It didn't take too long for people to see how messed up this dude was, as the dots were starting to connect. He was obsessed with serial killers, one of which being John Wayne Gacy. His alias as Pogo the Clown greatly inspired his character Itchy the Maniac, who was featured in 2 videos. Pretty much he has his own torture chamber and brutally murders young women. But soon we would see another disturbing side to Leighton, his sexual side. Now, I won't get too into it here, but through his YouTube and Twitter, he expressed his plans to buy his sex doll, which changed into him wanting to make one out of clay. One without arms and legs so it wouldn't run away. Oh, and a video emerged of him eating spaghetti out of a clay infant, which may allude to being said sex doll. Oh, and really quickly, I have to say this. He has the worst haircut I've ever seen. That was satisfying to say. And on his Instagram, you can find more of his art, which me showing you will get this video removed. Let's just say it shows a lot of gore and no-no parts. Some of these clay pieces even depict him, like one holding a knife out to a cat. Then in May 2019, a gruesome video was uploaded, one showing him killing 3 hamsters, all in different horrifying ways. It was quickly removed from YouTube and some focused their attention on Leighton. He was arrested yet posted bail and evaded charges for a while. Only lightly posting in 2020, his social media presence started to luckily die down, and in August of 2021, he was finally charged. 18 months in prison and 3 years of probation. He also has a curfew now at the age of 21. This man is actually a serial killer in the making, and I'm glad he was caught before anything more fucked up happened. Now, while I was looking for entries to cover for this video, the channel was surprisingly still up, yet literally 3 weeks ago, as I finished writing the script, it was terminated. Well, what took so long? Honestly, this should have been taken down right when that hamster video was posted. His second channel is still up, which has gameplays where he acts out school shootings. Let's end this with something more light in tone, Snuff Puppets. This makes Ratafak seem like Big Bird in comparison. It's an Australian company founded in 1992, which specializes in puppetry shows and the like. They've actually done a bunch of shows around the world, and have a pretty decent following on their social media. Some of their videos on their channel have even gone viral. Let's take a look at their most popular video, Human Body Parts in London. So we have this giant mouth terrorizing people as he walks over a foot, which just killed this poor lady, and then their friends come to visit. How nice. Another clip I have to mention is definitely their weirdest, called Everybody. The full title of this piece is called Everybody's Born, Everybody Cries, Everybody Shits, Everybody Dies. We see this giant naked monster puppet with hundreds of people surrounding it. Then a baby is born out of it, drinks some titty milk, and some people get squirted. Some of its organs come out before we see this pig monster ponder the existence of life.
The paragon of creation. Let us ponder for a moment.
But oh no, here comes that mouth who gobbles up the little piggy. A literal ass approaches and shits out these moving turds. Then comes a penis and vagina as the dick squirts all over the audience. The puppetry is actually really impressive, it's just the bizarre idea and creepy designs that make them unsettling. And that isn't a bad thing either. It's creative and unique in its own way, which is all you need. If you want to learn more about them, the Snuff Puppets website is not a bad place to start.